Hello and welcome. Hashtag crypto trading video for the end of the 7th day of December 2017. Everything you do within your own risk, own reward. So welcome, and I'm going to talk about a review of this video, go over some of my best and worst plays of the year, my trading strategy, and the video content within this channel as it moves forward. So a review of this Trader Boss's free webinar from December the 6th. I'm assuming if you are unfamiliar with this video and you're interested, you will know how to search it and find it. Thus, there will be no link in the more information box. I don't feel one is necessary. In review of this, there's the main trader and one of his friends and or partners that he trades with. They are going over this, and long story short, I'm 33 minutes into the video. It's a little late right now, so I'm not going to watch the rest of it now, but we'll watch the final hour of it on Friday. I like infomercials. At least I did a little bit in the past, but this one takes the cake for how you're supposed to make them, how the main person there, the smart person, the creator, ask questions about everything, about how well their products are and whatever there is they're trying to sell. And it sounds very much like that. So throwing that part aside, I find it very interesting. I think that the person doing this does have a lot of good things backing up what he says. I will not be purchasing his package because of the fact of what I'll be talking about within my trading strategy, thus going very mellow or doing very little work, trying to live like an 8-10 hour work week lifestyle, if you will. So if you're interested in this, maybe this is something you might find informative, which is why I presented this. Now at this point, they're talking about the great gains that have been made in cryptos, and there's so many different strategies that work to get those gains. I am most certainly against the grain with a lot of how other traders work. And my gains for this year, which has spanned about 9.5 months, has my Bitcoins to be greater than 12 times higher from where it started back in February. And that's after all withdrawals, everything that I've bought with it. The amount of Bitcoin that my portfolio is worth now, divide that by 12, that's what I started with. And in fiat Canadian dollars, it's just going wild to the upside. Working from a 3-figure to a 6-figure balance, so that's really cool. And my net withdrawals, I have withdrew 20 times larger the amount from the start, so I expect that number to continuously grow. But that's part of portfolio management, ensuring every so often when you get profits that you profit take. You're going to need money to spend. You might as well do so because it's a form of protecting yourself in a tail risk situation, although I see no reason in the short midterm time frame for cryptocurrencies to go awry. I want to now segue into my biggest mistakes that I feel I've made this year, as well as my best plays that I have as well. What I think is a decent mistake is the lack of aggression on key areas with Bella, PivX, and XBY as larger degrees. So it's pretty much the same for the first two, where I knew the key areas. Bella was the first code. All this is talked about on YouTube. I talked about all three of these codes and key points. But with Bella, I mentioned about it going from like 5 to 6,000 after entering in at a bit below 3. And I was perfectly right on that, but I sold maybe a little too much near the 45, 42, 48. Sold great amongst or okay enough in the 5,000s and even in the 6,000s, knowing if I have a target of 5 to 6, you got to sell in the 6,000s as well. But I left way too much off the table. When the price action went $600 higher than my upper number, it went to 6,600 when I said up to 6. I made a mistake in leaving too much on the table. Same thing with PivX. I said like 170,000 or something. And twice with Bella I did it too. But PivX, 170,000 I said it would go to. It pretty much did. I left way too much on the table. Sold too much at 144, 150-ish. Bella, second rally. I called the bottoms well. I bought those well. But then when it came up to the 14, 15, 16,000 top, I left way too much on the table again. Should have sold more. And I sold a little bit too much in the 12, 13,000 area at that time. The next one, which is the next two, July and the alts fork, this was for August the 1st. Sometimes you can see something happening. Oh, I should have done that. And that, be realistic to yourself. Did you really know in advance to do it? In this case, yeah. Because on August the 1st of this year, that's when the Bitcoin Cash fork occurred. And as I was stating on the channel, there's a good chance that all the altcoins would go down. And then when the fork happens, they would go back up. So it was smart to be like 100% Bitcoin days before the event. And then it was set up so perfectly that they gave you a time, like at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time was when it was going to go down. So you knew at like 8 in the morning to go out there and look for buying opportunities. 8:28, be very aggressive at buying. 8:29, buy. Spend 10 to 20% of your portfolio. This will leave you 80 to 90% having your Bitcoin Cash, and you'll get the immediate gains because you knew all the coins were going to jump in the first 10-15 minutes of the trade, especially in the first minute or two, because it's just so fast. I hate to be a speed trader and have to play every second, but in this case, it would have been relatively easy. I should have known better. I did well on August 1st. It really helped my portfolio with a lot of the trades and maneuvers that I made, and I traded Bitcoin Cash up and down for the first few days afterwards amazingly. But I could have done that better. And the big thing for me is major highs, failure to sell large numbers. And I've talked about that with the Bella, PivX, and XBY at key points. XBY, I called so many key tops at 250, 500, and 1500. And I didn't sell anywhere near as much as I should have. And I made too many mistakes just buying back at higher prices when I knew lower prices would be available. But stuff like OK Cash, in the last rally that it had, I think like, I don't know, 10, 20,000 Satoshi, whatever it was. I was thinking, man, I should be unloading a bunch. And I unloaded some, but I should have unloaded more. Now, as far as my best plays of the year, let's go back to the XBY. But Komodo, No Limit Coin 2, XBY, and just even miscellaneous different codes like Potcoin and Bitbean, Faircoin. Oh, I did well on Faircoin, where I just arbitraged many of them like a boss. It was just spectacular. If my bankroll was low, I'd probably do it again. It's tedious. I don't enjoy doing it. And it's very, very profitable. My base strategy, which is not tedious. It's very simple and I love it. It's working like a charm. It's getting better. I'm trying to improve it, trying to figure out how many different segments and so many different strategies that are a little bit individual based, specification wise, and I'm pretty happy with my play, but I always look to do better. Bella, PivX, XBY, the codes that I dissed in the last one are mistakes that I was talking about. I should have played them better, but they were great bankroll builders. I started off with Bella, got some nice little gains, price pulled back, bought some more, price rose again, got me some more gains, as I was also playing the PivX. It rose higher, got me some gains, got me into XBY, got me a bunch more gains. I mean, they were great, it's just it could have been better. I could be saying that, oh my goodness, I should be having a 20x in Bitcoin, and I should be close to 7 figures by now. But I'm not. But I realize, okay, so be it. I'm just going to continue to play the game and be focused that I don't make too many mistakes. And that I have a game plan that I think will work, and I do think it will. Smart cash. Whether it was a little speculative or a lot speculative, I bought a lot of it, but it ended up with profits galore. Something I bought in at the like 170 up to like 250. And unlike codes that I talked about where I leave too much on the table near the key highs, oh no, not here. I sold this baby like a boss. Where I was able to get in where, well, 1,500, 2,000 area, I was selling it like crazy. And I was making a good amount of profits along the way. And I've always been a critic of my own play. and noticing improvements while still being critical. After all, whenever there's products out there or services and people see it, everyone's trying to improve it to try to make it better. And that's why the Model T gets copied. Someone like, oh, if you add this or remove this, it would be better. And then that product gets out. And they keep saying the same thing. How do you make it better? Because no matter how good you might think something is or a strategy, it can always get better along the way. Now, I have no intentions of teaching live for money, but if I did, I would probably charge about $100 per hour, paid in either Canadian dollars, gold, silver, or basically any cryptocurrency. I'm not advertising this. I do not want to advertise such. I mean, I'm making this on a video, but I don't know, it's not going to happen. This is for anyone who I know in an associate kind of level. If anyone's really serious about doing such, I probably would. But I'm not advertising this, nor would I spend much of my weekly time in this endeavor. I certainly would not be thinking about taking any type of job position or making a business out of doing this, by no means at all. Something I've wanted to do is teach. So for the enjoyment purposes, I'd want to. But I've done so very well, I feel, within this YouTube channel. And the best material that I can give that I haven't shown much is on the art of arbitraging. I'm trying to put this together in a way that's not like, well, that of my grade 10 computer programming teacher, because the information presented within crypto space since day one on this channel, I feel, is very valuable information presented in such a way that my grade 10, 1990 computer programming teacher wrote on my major final assignment of spaghetti programmer. I mean, this is such a complex, yet it's a complex subject in arbitrage. But anyway, the statement was and is true on how I program, think, and in many ways I present my content in this channel. But trying to organize things in different, a step-by-step, very organized level, that is something I am not good at. Now, arbitraging and doing all those codes is very tedious, very time-consuming, very frustrating, and very, very profitable. I'm not in major needs to spend that much time to get the profits, that I would rather try to live the 10-hour work week lifestyle. And that means I'm able to, with other time, be able to effectively find things to do with my time, effectively within the 10 or so hours that I put in my weekly time in trading, and within such that it's profitable, very profitable. And the final slide, as my bankroll grows, less time is going to be dedicated towards this. That's a lot of the tedious work that I don't want to do is just that I'm not going to do. I don't want to sit in front of a chart and wait for a pattern. Oh, if the 5-minute chart does this, I want to get in here and I want to watch this on a hawk over and over, spend 6 hours a day looking and trading like the traditional traders in textbooks tell you to trade. I've never had a stop loss. I'll never have one. And just having like 6 monitors and focusing on this and that, I'm not going to be doing any of that. So therefore, I'm going to play the strategy that I love, that takes very little time and effort. That's what I love about it too. It's just so easy to do, especially for myself, because I can do it really fast. The mistakes that I made in Bella, PivX, and XBY was greatly appreciated because I spent too much damn time on the computer trying to profit on the trade. Overdoing things, really. As I was stating, if I would have just sticked with my key levels, it would have worked out so much better. And an example of this was say, okay, sell XBY at 1,500. There is no reason to buy back until at least 1,000. Yet because you're on the computer and you see 1222, you think, oh, why don't I buy now? And if I wasn't on the computer, I would have just bought it at 1,000. And then same thing, like just the key numbers. To me, that is all fixed. So as the channel moves forward, as the plans state now on the short midterm time frame, the 2.5-minute warning videos, I expect to continue on as we move into 2018. There will be one on Christmas morning, albeit that day will probably be a little bit earlier because I'll be in town and with family doing a whole bunch of other things. So I'll probably put a video in the morning, and then when I get back, 9, 10, 11, 12 p.m., put out some videos on that day and throughout the holidays time frame. If I'm busy and I want to do things away from this, then I'm not going to be able to put out videos, even if it's on crucial times, because when people panic at different times because volatility is moving so big, I'm not doing so. When I have time to do my work, I'll do it. And that's that. Thank you for tuning in to this video and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.